Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're cutting through the noise today to bring you a story that, well, it really proves the greatest discovery you can make isn't some new continent, but your own true self. We are diving deep into the transformative life of Utku Ertan. And you need to picture this man, a man of structure and control.
Very much so.
He's tall, robust, an authoritative figure who traveled the world as this elite international basketball referee based in Turkey.
And his job demanded, absolute precision, neutrality, control over chaos.
Yet despite all this global success in the structured world of sport, Utku always carried this sort of unease.
A feeling of being an outsider.
Exactly, no matter where he went. His entire world was about to pivot, though, because one professional trip, a basketball tournament, would land him in Lisbon, Portugal, and just fundamentally rewrite his destiny.
It's just a profound and beautiful case study in finding your authentic voice, often in the last place you'd ever expect.
Turning a referee into a celebrated Fado maestro.
And what makes this journey so compelling is the sheer magnitude of that identity shift. Utku moved from a life where success hinged on suppressing emotion.
Right, that professional detachment you need on the court.
To a life dedicated entirely to expressing raw, traditional, and deeply personal emotion through music. We're tracking that whole radical transformation today.
So let's start with the catalyst. Utku is at the height of his career in Istanbul. His life is defined by schedules, rules, global travel.
He's an expert at his craft. And the signal for this huge pivot came through a very ordinary channel. A phone call.
From the International Basketball Federation.
Yep, confirming he'd been selected to officiate a really prestigious international tournament, and it was finally being hosted in Lisbon. For him, this was a dream realized.
A huge professional validation.
And a chance to finally see Portugal.
What's so crucial here is that Utku didn't treat this like just another work trip.
Not at all.
The sources tell us he spent months preparing, poring over books about Portuguese history, culture. He was actively trying to absorb the place before he even got there.
And that meticulous planning, that deep dive into preparation, that's a hallmark of his disciplined referee background, isn't it?
Oh, for sure.
He approached cultural immersion with the same rigor he approached the rule book. So when he finally disembarked the plane, the excitement he felt was, it was instant. It was palpable.
And what captured him immediately wasn't just the beauty of the city, it was this sense of history built right into the architecture.
He's seeing the Jeronimos Monastery, a symbol of Portugal's age of discovery.
The ancient Belém Tower, the Tagus River. He's taking in sights that speak to this deep, long history.
Yes, and that sense of timelessness, it probably provided an anchor that he lacked in the, transient world of sports officiating.
The absorption was immediate. He tried the food. Bacalhau bra.
A culinary staple.
Yeah.
And he just found this profound satisfaction in those traditional flavors.
But the real hook, the moment that really shifted him from just a visitor to something more, it happened during a simple evening stroll.
That stroll led him right into the Alfama district. It's Lisboa's oldest, most traditional neighborhood.
Labyrinthine, they call it.
It is. It's a place where tradition isn't just preserved, it's lived. And there, spilling out of a small tavern, echoing off the narrow streets, he heard Fado music for the first time.
And at the same time, he felt this immediate emotional bond with the people.
The sources describe them as warm, open-minded, accepting. It created an atmosphere where his guarded persona could finally start to relax.
So after just a single day, he recognizes something deep inside him. Lisbon hadn't just impressed him, it had captured his soul. He realized he wasn't estranged anymore, he was home.
Incredible.
So he's hooked on the city, but the decisive factor, the thing he chose to define his entire second life, was this musical tradition, Fado. We really need to explore what Fado is because it is the absolute antithesis of the highly controlled world he just left.
All right. Fado, which translates literally as fate or destiny, is the signature music of Portugal. It originated in Lisbon in the 19th century, often associated with the working class, sailors, dock workers.
And it's defined by these incredibly melancholic, almost mournful melodies.
Yeah.
Right. Accompanied by the Portuguese guitar.
Exactly. It sounds heavy because, it is. The themes are universal. Sorrow, regret, love lost, and especially the concept of saudade.
Okay, this is the critical piece of the puzzle for Utku. Saudade. It's notoriously difficult to translate.
It is. It's so much more than simple longing.
Right. Our notes just define it as a sense of longing. But break that down for us. What makes it more complex?
It's this profound, nostalgic, melancholic longing for an absent something or someone that you love. But crucially, it carries this bittersweet knowledge that the object of your longing might never return.
So it's a mix of pain and joy.
A synthesis, yeah. The pain of the absence coupled with a deep, appreciative joy in the memory of what was lost. And for Utku, a man who had navigated the globe but always felt this personal absence, this lack of belonging, he suddenly heard that feeling articulated perfectly through this music.
That's a powerful connection. So he's wandering the Barrio Alto district, he stops to listen to a singer, and the raw, untamed emotion of it just moves him to tears.
And this is a man whose job required him to be the emotional anchor, the steady hand, the objective arbiter in these high-pressure games.
The floodgates just opened.
A complete emotional release. He recognized he was destined to dive into this realm of pure expression. But think about the conflict here.
Because the basketball tournament was flawless.
Utterly flawless. He'd performed brilliantly, received high praise from colleagues, from fans. He had guaranteed success waiting for him in his old life.
So I have to ask, why abandon that? Why not just finish the tournament, go home, and come back later as a tourist to learn Fado?
Because he realized the praise for his officiating was validation for his competence, but it wasn't for his identity.
I see.
The profound emotional impact of Fado showed him where his authentic self truly lived. It wasn't in the whistle or the rule book. It was in the saudade. He knew instantly. The minute that tournament was over, he made the firm decision. He was staying in Lisbon. He needed to trade control for expression.
Making that decision is one thing. Living it is, well, it's another. He's trading guaranteed income and a global network for literally nothing.
No job, no social structure, a foreign language. This is where the real grit comes into play.
And the initial obstacles were immense. Leaving that structured career meant facing financial uncertainty and, even more isolating, just the silence of a language he didn't know.
He was devoid of acquaintances outside of the hotel he'd rented. Securing a job seemed almost impossible.
And we have to acknowledge the homesickness. I mean, even though he knew Lisbon was his destined home, that successful life back in Turkey was familiar. The sources say he really felt that pull at first.
Oh, of course. That what have I done feeling must have been incredibly strong. But this is where Utku's discipline, the discipline he honed as a referee, proved so invaluable in his new life.
Instead of being paralyzed, he took immediate, concrete steps.
He saw a sign for a Portuguese language school and just enrolled right away.
3 lessons a week, diligently studied every single day. That's a serious commitment to integration.
It is. And language is the key that unlocks a culture. As he studied, he started to forge his first friendships, like one with a man named Ricardo Vieira from Braga.
So slowly, he was building a community from scratch, brick by brick.
His world expanded beyond the classroom. He was meeting people at the local library, the park, the neighborhood tavern.
And it sounds like once that community started to form, the homesickness began to fade.
Exactly. His enthusiasm for the new life finally started to surpass the comfort of the old one. He needed stability to pursue Fado, so he secured a job teaching English.
Not his passion.
No, but it was the professional foundation that gave him the time and the space to pursue his artistic calling. He proved he could survive and thrive in this new environment.
His perseverance is just astounding. Most people facing that level of difficulty, no language, no friends, no job, they would have retreated to their previous successful life. Utku's commitment just shows his conviction was absolute.
And with a stable job, Utku could now redirect that incredible focus he once put on the rule book toward musical mastery. His deep connection to Fado was now channeled into this rigorous artistic pursuit.
He didn't just casually pick it up. He sought out a seasoned Fado teacher, attended intense lessons, and in true Utku fashion, he devoured the history of the genre.
He was determined not just to sing Fado, but to understand its soul.
And that dedication led to a synthesis. After months of tireless practice, he began to infuse his own unique style.
And this is where the referee persona subtly informed the artist. His voice, naturally powerful, trained to command immediate attention on a basketball court, now commanded a stage.
That's fascinating. So his commanding stage presence, his sheer physical authority, that might have come from years of officiating, but the content of the performance was pure saudade.
Yes. He was blending the structure of his past with the emotion of his future.
What did this unique style even sound like?
Well, he was a tall Turkish man singing music born in Portuguese taverns. His delivery was inherently different. While he honored the melancholy tradition, his fado was often noted for its profound emotional clarity and a powerful, almost operatic boom.
It elevated the traditional intimacy of the music.
It did. He was the disciplined athlete pouring his raw internal life onto the stage.
And then comes the debut, the scariest moment for any artist.
The sources describe him with trembling hands and a racing heart, performing in a local bar. And the moment he opened his mouth, his voice, already trained to project across gymnasiums, filled that small bar with the deep, haunting emotion of fado.
The audience.
Spellbound. Local residents and tourists alike, they gave him thunderous applause. That was his undeniable breakthrough.
He had found his voice, literally and figuratively. He took the stage name Utkas Dochas.
A clear nod to his Turkish roots, blended with his new identity.
And the trajectory from there was just immediate.
His talent spread rapidly. It led to his first album, a whirlwind tour across Portugal. He transcended being a local talent. He became hailed as a fado luminary, performing on global stages, even making appearances on the silver screen.
The man who started as an outsider, who traveled the world in isolation,
finally found a place where he could belong and make a real impact.
What a remarkable, satisfying arc. Utku's life became the perfect illustration of his central premise. The highest form of success is finding that sanctuary where your authenticity is not just accepted, but celebrated.
And his happiness was complete. He enjoyed a long and joyous existence in Portugal. He met and married Maria, who hailed from Brazil.
And they settled in Lisbon, raised 2 children, Miguel and Sofia. His family life really became the cornerstone of his happiness.
It did.
It's also important to acknowledge how he managed that synthesis of culture in his own home. He became fluent in Portuguese, he embraced the culture wholeheartedly, but he didn't erase his origins.
Not at all. That double heritage was important. While his children were raised in Lisbon, he deliberately shared his Turkish heritage. Not just vague tales of childhood, but specific traditions.
Maybe Turkish dishes or sharing music beyond Fado.
Exactly. He kept that bridge open, ensuring his children understood the depth of the identity he'd carried before his transformation. He found integration, not replacement.
And Utku Ertan continued on this joyous path, a beloved figure in Portuguese arts, passing away peacefully in his sleep at the age of 90, surrounded by his family.
The news resonated globally. His legacy wasn't just his powerful voice, it was the story of radical self-discovery. He didn't just move countries, he moved identities, proving that the tools you learn in one life,
discipline, focus, structure,
can be repurposed to achieve expressive mastery in another.
So what does this all mean for us? The life of Utku Ertan is, I think, a powerful blueprint for transformation. The basketball referee who mastered control found that his true power lay in mastering emotional expression through fado.
And the key takeaway for me is that concept of synthesis. He took the emotional longing he felt, the saudade, which was likely compounded by his life of detached professionalism, and he found a culture and an art form that could give that longing a powerful, resonant voice.
His success was rooted in using his internal emotional depth to breathe new life into a deeply traditional culture.
Exactly.
Utku used a mandatory professional trip to pivot to his true calling. He saw his opportunity, and he took the risk of trading a prestigious, defined career for the arduous path of self-discovery.
So we want to leave you with this final thought. Utku found his profound sense of belonging through a specific, deeply rooted cultural art form in a place entirely foreign to him. What cultural practice, what unique form of expression in a place you don't call home yet might secretly hold the key to your own sense of self-discovery and the life you were truly meant to live?
Perhaps it's time to start preparing for your own pivot.